Imagine this. You lose your dog on vacation, hundreds of miles from home. Weeks go by with no sign of him. But then one day, he walks through your front door, tired, dirty, and wagging his tail. Welcome to Believe It or Not, the show where weird is real and the truth is stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Bryan. And in this podcast, we bring you amazing true stories from around the world. Tales of bravery, mystery, survival, and surprise. And today's episode is one that's sure to make you say, wait, that really happened? Let's get into it. Our story begins in 1923 in Silverton, Oregon. A family named the Brazers was heading out on a road trip to visit relatives in Indiana. And of course, they brought their dog along, a beautiful Scotch Collie mix named Bobbie. Now you see, Bobbie wasn't just a pet. He was a beloved member of the family, friendly, loyal, and smart. He loved to ride in the car and explore new places. But one day, during a stop in a small Indiana town, something terrible happened. Bobbie was chased by a group of stray dogs and disappeared. The Brazers searched everywhere. For days, they put up signs, called his name, and asked neighbors if they'd seen their dog. But there was no sign of Bobbie. Heartbroken, they finally gave up the search and drove back to Oregon. 6 months later, yes, 6 months, something incredible happened. Bobbie showed up, all on his own. He walked into the town of Silverton, dirty, skinny, with well-worn down paws, but alive. People were amazed. How had Bobbie traveled more than 2,500 miles across rivers, deserts, and mountains without a map, a leash, or anyone to help him? As it turns out, people across the country remembered seeing Bobbie. One family in Nebraska fed him. A railroad worker in Idaho saw him sleeping near the tracks. A farmer in Wyoming recognized the description and said Bobbie had stayed at his barn. Everywhere he went, Bobbie had made friends, found food, and kept moving. Somehow, he followed the path all the way home. In total, Bobbie traveled around 2,551 miles across the United States. After his return home, he became a national celebrity, featured in newspapers and newsreels. The town of Silverton even held a parade in his honor, and more than 40,000 people came out to see him. In fact, till this day, Bobbie's collar and story are still on display at the Oregon Historical Society. Now that's what I call one loyal dog. Now it's your turn to think. Can you imagine being that loyal? Bobbie didn't give up. He just kept going, even though the journey was long, scary, and very lonely. What do you think helped Bobbie find his way home? Was it his memory? His sense of smell? A little bit of luck? And here's another question. If you were lost, who or what would you try to find first? Bobbie's story reminds us that home isn't just a place. It's the people or animals you love. And sometimes finding your way back takes more heart than anything else. So what's next on Believe It or Not? In our next episode, you'll meet Dylan Gartenmeyer, a free diver who got swept away in the ocean and survived against the odds. You won't believe how he was rescued. Until then, keep wondering, keep learning, And remember, sometimes the truth is weirder than fiction.